Hi, my name is Amy Ashiro. I was born and raised in Orange County and would say how thankful I am to have lived in such a diverse community. As a county that has over 3 million people and over 80% of the people speak a language other than English, I'm definitely thankful. And for that, and the love of traveling and the desire to learn Spanish, especially because of the amount of Spanish speakers in Southern California, I decided to study abroad in Spain for a whole school year. I studied in a small town called Jaen, 3.5 hours south from Madrid and an hour north of Granada. The town is the biggest producer of oil. It was known as the world capital of olive oil, or some of the locals would say liquid gold. The population was about a little over 100,000 people, and as a smaller town, I was shocked to see no diversity. I clearly was only Asian in town, and the only other ethnicity I saw there was African descent. This made more sense as I found out how close Morocco was to Spain. The accessibility I had to travel across borders within two countries was fairly smooth, as I myself experienced it as well. My first week in Spain, my host sister had taken me out to an outdoor restaurant, a hot spot for weeknights in town. I was enjoying every minute of the environment until on my way back to the table from the restroom, a man spoke out loudly to me in what he made it imitated to be as Chinese. As his friends laughed and the man praised himself with his comedy, I walked away keeping my anger inwards. I was so furious, yet I wasn't confident enough to talk back to him in Spanish and defend myself. Though now, critically reflecting back to that moment in time, what I have learned back in my International Studies 200 class of Orientalism by Edward Said stuck out to me. The Occident, the West, and the Orient, the East. Orientalism, as Said describes, imagines, exaggerates, and distorts people and cultures of Arab from those from the West. This can be true of all cultures and not just of Arab. Overall, throughout this experience, I decided not to justify the actions of the man, but to understand the meaning behind his narrative. Globalization and many more factors are the cause of this phenomenon of the quote West constructing the quote East, and how we perceive race and culture. I'm now able to have an understanding that every human being has different surroundings and narratives. As for those in my town, it was not normal to see an Asian person living amongst them. With all the aspects that go along knowledge of race and globalization, I am hopeful in a world in which we can witness international community.